have internet. Okay, so as I said, the title slide allows you to introduce your name and what you stand for, and you can put a nice image of product or service. So what you stand for can be you are solving a particular problem, you are fulfilling a certain solution, or you want to change an existing challenge. Okay, so the title slide really introduces, so it needs to be catchy, it needs to be nice, it needs to be good. Okay, so an example, you can see this. Let me just okay, so this is a very nice intro slide. As you can see, for them, they call it BOMB, Affordable Micro Insurance Plan. Very brief, very direct, and somebody can easily get, wow, interesting. Okay, so that is something that I would encourage. So that's an example of a title slide. This is another title slide. They call themselves Microfuse, engineered to perfection. Okay, very interesting. So they have put their name and what they stand for. So in your context, put your name and what you stand for, with a nice image. Okay. Problem or opportunity. What is the problem or opportunity you are trying to solve? Okay. So as we said in our first session, and I think that is something I emphasized on our business modeling session. What problem, what need, what gap are you solving? Okay, what is that need that you're solving, that and who is facing that problem? So that when you are able to identify the problem, when you bring the solution, it's a fit, it's a smart fit. Okay, so in this particular case, in your context, what market problem, what opportunity, what gap are you trying to fulfill? Now, an example, you can see this. Okay, this organization has noticed there are many informal businesses which are struggling to access credit, they are struggling to access markets, they are struggling to access business tools. Now, that is a problem they have identified. Okay, another problem they have identified is many unbanked people who are not using the bank, are struggling to access critical financial services. So to them, that is a problem they have identified. Okay, so when they present the solution, it will be fulfilling or filling the gap or the problem that they have identified. Are we together? So a problem needs to highlight the existing challenge that when you bring a solution, it fulfills. Okay. Okay, these people, they are trying to solve the problem of, okay, they have noticed that 5% of Ugandan working class households own computers. 60% of Ugandans have limited access to the key. 42% of Ugandans have access to internet. On average, computer costs $260 in Uganda. Consumers have to buy multiple devices like computer, TV, decoder. To them, it is a problem. They say the average weight of a machine is 2.3 and 10 kilograms. Okay, so for them, that is a problem that they wanted to solve with their solution. Are we together? Okay, so you have to identify the problem in your context. Whatever you are doing, there's a problem you're trying to solve. What is that problem? You need to bring it out. Okay, if you have some numbers, get those numbers out. We have Uganda National Survey, National Household Survey. There's a lot of data around. If you are targeting your district, you can get some information to bring out that there's a problem such that the business fulfills that problem. Okay, and you'll notice these problem things is what we use in our grant submissions. Hey, problem statement, there's this, there's this. So when we bring this, it will be able to solve A, B, C, D. So the problem is very important for us to deal with. Okay. Okay, these people have noticed we have 45 million Ugandans. 20 million only accessing formal financial services. Okay, and 10,000 plus non-bank institutions, their circles. 20,000, 200,000 in formal savings group. 5 million use one of the 26 banks. Okay, only 5 million of the 45. So they have noticed there is a problem and they want to solve. Okay, these people have identified, they say by 2030, 60% of the global population will live in urban areas. This will require more food production to feed this increasing population. Okay, and they say 46.6% of urban income is spent on food. So they wanted to create an avenue where they can make urban income, they can make access to food for urban population easier. Okay, so they have identified a problem. Okay, so on your problem slide, I think you've seen examples that you can use. Next, the deal slide. Some people call it the business modeling slide. Now, the deal slide, sometimes us as entrepreneurs, we talk a lot in terms of how we do A, B, C, D, but the bottom line an investor wants to know, how do you make money? What exactly do you do to make money? Have you ever had that question? So this is what the deal answers. And the deal simply wants you to say, my company, which you can call it my name, a name, my company sells or provides this service to, who is your customer? Obviously, in your business model, you remember we had who. So who is that customer? For how much per unit? Okay, so you may be selling a pen to school-going students at 500 per unit. That is the deal. It's as simple as that. You simply present the business. What business do you do? What exactly do you do to make money? That is simply what the deal answers. Okay, examples are this. These people do tomato sauce, so they sell quality tomato sauce to fast food joints, wholesale and retail at 7,000 Uganda shillings per piece. Now, maybe one thing I want to emphasize, you will notice that he has 3 different products, but he has put 7,000. You remember the calculation we were doing, weighted average price? So that allows you to simplify, say, you know what, I sell my product at an average price of 7,000. It helps you solve the problem of, okay, this one, because you want to present simply, but we know in reality you have several products, but at least your core product is tomato sauce at 7,000 a piece. Or sometimes you can take the core product and the cost the price you sell it to the market. Stephen, you have a question.
Yes. Thank you so much,
sir.
please.
Yes, sir.
So the deal slide is really a good one for companies that are basically product oriented, like that produce some product that is tangible. But when you look at most of the software companies, there is really no direct deal in the business. Most of the monies they make is from peripheral businesses, from other businesses that arise after the business is successful. For example, when Facebook was started, there was no direct deal. If they were to include the ads by then, it would really ruin the company. So there was nothing like a direct deal. When Amazon had just started, there was no direct deal. You see that most of the monies they make right now is from peripheral businesses, from Amazon Prime, which has just been, established of recent. So in that case, how do you really tackle the deal slide, especially for let's put it in this case, software companies?
Stephen, you've just gone ahead of me. Allow me to proceed at that pace. You will see the answer. If I've not answered you by the end, feel free to ask that question again. Is it okay?
Sure, it's okay.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Stephen. All right. So that is an example of a deal slide. This is an example. This one sells vertical farms and support services to urban households and women vendor groups, and each pay for each farm at $120 each. You can use currency, dollars, UGX, depending on the currency that you will be asking for money. Okay, these people sell microfuse chips. It's like a computer, which when you plug in on TV, it becomes a computer. You can type, you can send email, you can do what. They sell each gadget at $110. Okay, that is their deal. Okay, so for purposes of of Stephen. I actually thought I had put an example of that, but let me try and just share an example of that shortly. Let me just a second. Let me see if I can share a simple example on that. Just a second. I think I have an example here. An e-commerce. So I'm going to share with you 3 examples of e-commerce so that or platforms. Deal. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use 2 examples just to elaborate, especially to Mr. Steven, who feels that he needs to at least have clarity for software company. So I'll just use this. Are you seeing this? This is a deal. This is an app. They digitize bookkeeping services for merchants and shop owners, and they make 2.5 per transaction, and they have a one-time fee of $5, okay, which is like 20K, okay? So this is a software, okay, an app, and that's what they do, okay? Let me share another one. This one, sorry, just a second. Oh, just a second. Okay, so let me also share another one. It looks a bit complicated, but it's very close to what Stephen was saying, like an e-commerce. I thought it's good to share. So, for example, these people offer e-commerce services. So, on one side, let me just use this annotator tool. They offer web development services to high-end businesses in exchange of $540. Okay, for that service, they develop e-commerce platforms for you, and you pay them $540. Now, beyond that, because you are developing an e-commerce and you want to increase your online visibility, they also have a platform where you can put, instead of marketing, you give them your product, and that marketing cost that you would have spent, they put it as a discount. So in other words, they promote for you, okay, at a small discount of at $12, okay, for any transaction. So that is a model that you can look at. I would have shown you also for Airbnb, which is it has been online for quite a while. It's quite common, but I hope you can be able to at least capture that. Okay, Stephen, I hope I have answered you fairly. Okay. And that is really how you can represent the deal. There is no business which is not making money. Even WhatsApp is making money. The only thing is their deal is maybe data, okay? Data and insights, which informs how Facebook markets on, how Facebook markets on Facebook, okay? There's now business, which now probably allows adverts and whatever. Okay, so and for example, WhatsApp, if you look at valuation and how it was sold at $22 billion, yet it was making a loss of about 300 million. The valuation was based on the number of users, okay, earnings per user. So just to give you an idea, there's no business which cannot be valued. There's certainly a way in which it can be valued, and for Stephen's sake, that was their deal. There was an element of data which provides insight. For Facebook, the users and the value to users. So they looked at data, they look at adverts, they looked at probably different other aspects that influence, and that allows them to put the deal. So the deal is really, how will you generate money, or how are you generating money, if that answers. Okay, on market, we want to know, okay, how many customers have with the characteristic that you need that you're trying to solve a problem. For example, if I target schools, I'm in Kampala, so in Kampala, okay? So probably Kampala has 10,000 schools, but the schools that meet my requirement are 5,000. So I will say I am targeting, maybe I just need 20% of the 5,000. So I'll just say I'm targeting 1,000 of these 5,000 schools because they meet my criteria. So that is really about the market. The market is really about, you have to have a unique characteristic of your market. And we did that in the business modeling, where I kept on pointing out, who is this person? Where is he? How does, so that when you are able to identify your market and specific, remember other people can buy, but your main market is the one who needs most of the product and will frequently buy. So out of this, how many are out there? And how many of those who are out there can you capture? Okay? And you'll notice even in our financials, we are saying target market. How many do you expect to get of consistent market? Okay? So this is how you can present. So these people, they looked at, they're targeting, no, I think I need to use a better example. Let me use this. So these ones are targeting 600,000 households. Now, 20% of this 600 means they are targeting how many? They are targeting, what's 20% of 600,000? For those who have done some, that's 20 and 60. Okay, that comes to about 120. So they're targeting 120,000 households. Now, some of you are asking yourself, how does he come up with this money? How does he come up with this money? So you look at your market, okay? Like I said, schools. If I'm targeting 20% of the 5,000 schools that meet my criteria, the question is, each school will buy my product or service how many times, at what rate? And based on that, I'll just put the value. Okay, so I'll put the total value that I'm targeting 6,000 schools. If they were all to buy, they will buy my product at 500 a month for the next 12 months. So the total value of this market is this. So if I'm saying I need 20%, it means by year A or year, maybe if the first year or year 5, it means that by that year, you should be making that amount of money. Okay, 20% of that amount of money. Okay, so that is really how we present the market. Then you can say East African market, what's the population that you are targeting? And if that population was to totally buy at the price of your product, then the value will be 650 million. But how many of that population is he targeting? So that's how we value the market. We just take the population that we are targeting, the exact population, then multiply times the rate of our product and the frequency at which they'll buy in a year. Okay, and then, okay, assuming, so if we had 100% of this market, that would be the value. So if I intend to get 20%, that means 20% of that amount of money is the value of the revenue I'll be generating. By that year, I get that 20%. Okay. So that is on market. I thought I had other examples on market. Okay, yeah. Okay, those were 2 examples. Okay, on customer value proposition. Customer value proposition is in 2 ways. We look, for somebody to appreciate the value you're offering, there are 2 aspects. There is either the emotional and there is the economical. If you are targeting just an end user or an individual person, then chances are you have to have both the emotional and the economical kind of component where they see, okay, there's value for money and I will derive great joy or great satisfaction or something. But if it is a business, most of them look at the economic value, either in efficiency, effectiveness, or saving money or making more profit. For example, in customer value proposition, this is a company that is making, that produces straws made up of leaves. Okay, so according to them, they are the cheapest. Okay, and beyond that, they are organic, they are eco-friendly, and the quality is intact even when it is in the fluid or soda or whatever. That is their value proposition. Okay, so when it comes to you, you'll say, you know what, this is organic. So you're saving the environment, but beyond that, it is eco-friendly. So for somebody, if you are an advocate of the environment and you like eco-friendly things, you'll support, okay, that value proposition. Okay, this is another one. These ones make fuel gel, which can heat, okay, which can cook instead of charcoal. So what they say, it is easy to ignite. The price is stable. We do not change like charcoal. Today, you'll find a kilo is 50,000, another time is 70, another time is 30. Then zero carbon emissions. You will not find, it does not affect your health. When you light charcoal, you are hard, you work, breathing challenges, it's environmental friendly. That is their value proposition. So when they come to you and they tell you that, chances are you are likely to be converted. Okay, this one's their value proposition. It's manage and gain visibility of your business. So when you use their platform or their app, you'll be able to see your numbers and okay, see how your business is performing. So you will make better decisions because you are able to track the performance of your business. Two, because the app allows you to provide other services like paying Meme, paying GoTV and other things, you are making more money. Then because you are putting your details on the platform, they can easily help you get credit because they're using that. So that is their value proposition to customers. Okay, these people's value proposition is a laptop is heavy, a desktop is even heavier. Okay, and then you moving with the laptop every time, moving with the desktop is heavy. So for them, they say, we have a small gadget which you can just put in your pocket and it is very light. But when you plug in, it is affordable, it is portable, it is multifunctional, it has low lifetime cost. So when somebody looks at it and compares and says, I think this is something, somebody will say, I think this is worth my money. Okay, so that is how you present your value proposition. Okay, so next, I think I had this is also an example of market opportunity. For the slide of market opportunity, he was targeting initially 400,000 households in Kampala. And if each household was to buy at $120, obviously he will be making $48 million. Okay, so that is how you put your market opportunity. Oh, I had other examples. So here on market, usually people really want a lot of examples on market, so I thought it's better to share more. So for example, here they are saying they are targeting 300,000 vehicle owners around Kampala. Okay, so if they get just 30% of this 300,000, that means they will have 90,000 vehicle owners. And if 90,000 buy from them or spend at least $100 buying from their platform every year, that means they'll be making 9 million annually. Okay, so that is how you present your market slide. All right, this company was targeting 20,000 households in a slum in Nairobi. Okay, so if each of these households buys their product, they'll make 40 million annually. Okay, and then they will go to Nairobi and then Kenya, the entire country. So this shows where your starting point and how your market will be growing. Okay, I hope that helps. For those on product slide, you can be able to understand. On product or solution side, you simply show what is your product and what are the features of the product that make it unique. So for example, this one, his product slide is, he sells farms, okay, which you can farm in small spaces, okay? And beyond that, he sells quality seedlings, extension services, earthworm breeding, packaged soils, okay? That is his core business. That is his product, okay? This one, his product is a platform, so he shows you how it works, okay? Then this one also shows you his product is a platform, so it shows you how it works or the things it entails, okay? So that is how your product, service, or solution slide should look like, okay? This one is also a product slide. It shows you how he makes his straws, he gets straws, okay? They transport, he buys, the women collect this, the leaves, then he manufactures this nice looking eco-friendly straws, and then he has patented zero waste material. It is scalable because the leaves are everywhere, okay? That is his product, okay? He shows you the product slide, okay? Here you will notice the product slide shows either shows the product, you can show the process and also the features, okay? Okay, this is Airbnb solution slide. He explains the solution is a web platform where users can rent out their space to host travelers. Okay, so the solution allows people to save money, make money, and share culture. Okay, so that is their solution. Okay, competitive analysis slide. On competitive analysis, you are comparing what is so unique about you, your company, your product in comparison with your competitors. So that is something that sometimes we are asked, what is so unique about your product, service, or your solution? So in competitive analysis, here you share your competitive advantages. So for example, for this company, it is mobile only. Yeah? So it is family focused, it's easy to use, the design and brand is intact, the marketing is digital, then the team has good history, or it is a competent team, okay? Then this one, their competitive advantage, it is the first of its kind to the market. Nobody has developed a product that allows homes to rent out their spaces for travelers. So they felt they are the first in the market. Then their platform is easy to use. They have profiles which somebody can book. You list once and it is there available. Then the design and brand is unique. Then they allow people to make money. Okay, that is their competitive advantage. Okay, this one's competitive advantage, they say they are first to the market in doing what they are doing. Then they focus on lifestyle. It's easy to use. It has an attractive design and brand. And the marketing, they have a unique marketing approach. Then their team has it has a proven history, and listing they have a listing incentive for people to list their product on their platform. Okay, so as you can see, competitive advantage is really bringing out the things that make you stand. Some people put the unique things, some people compare it with competitors. Either way, the most important thing is competitive analysis just brings out what are those unique attributes about your product, service, or solution in comparison with your competitors. Okay, traction. Now, traction is usually very important when you are communicating with investors. Why? We want to know, what are your achievements or milestones? What have you achieved so far? How much money have you made or are you making? How many products have you sold? What have you done to the level that you've reached? So traction is usually a very important slide. So for example, these people, they say, you know what, our platform has sold products worth 44,500. Okay, you can put that in Uganda shillings. For him, he was targeting maybe investors who are giving dollars. Okay, then he says he has over 4,236 users. He has already 300 merchants who have signed up on his platform. Okay, and the others are other achievements that he has achieved so far. Okay, he's showing that, you know what, we are already making steps. We are banking. You can trust on us. Traction is really to show that you are actually moving. These people, their current tractions, they have over 1,000 MSMEs on their platform. They have given over 18.6 million worth of loans. Okay, they have banked customers, transaction volume per month, additional incomes to SMEs. Okay, they have put that as their traction. Okay, roadmap shows where you are trying to go. You see, when you are communicating, you show this is where I've reached, but this is where we are going. We want to conquer globe. We want to conquer Africa. We want our products to be everywhere. So roadmap, you are trying to show investors, this is where we are. This is where we are going. So example of roadmap includes, in 2019 we launched. In 2017 we launched. In 2019, we launched the platform. In 2020, we had 120,000 users registered. 2019, we have refined our product. 2020, we've already made this amount of money. 2023, we expect to generate this amount of money. 2024, we want to be in East Africa. 2030, we want to be in the entire Africa. That is their roadmap. See, investors look at your past, but they invest in the future. Where are you trying to go? Okay, and this roadmap gives them a blueprint of where you're trying to go. Okay, so roadmaps are very important to show where you're trying to go. Financials here, you just pick how your financials. You can pick your financials from the worksheet and put the summary. Maybe in 2019, our revenue, our cost of goods sold, our EBITDA, yeah, something like that. So this one you can just pick it from your worksheets. Okay, some people can present it from they can just pick the graph and put and mention key things. Maybe we shall make profit by 2020, we shall make this profit, we shall make this revenue, we shall, you get, so you can pick the graphs. Your worksheet have graphs, so you can actually pick it. Okay, that's also a way in which you can present your finances. Okay, ask and use of funds. That is a very important slide. Now, on ask and use of funds, here you are just communicating, okay, this is the amount of money I need and in what basis. Okay, so on ask and use of funds, my dear colleagues, here you're asking, I need $100,000, I need 100 million shillings, okay, in debt or in equity, or I need 100,000 in debt at a rate of 21% and 500 million at equity. For equity, I will give you 30% shares of my business in exchange of, yeah. Okay, so ask and use of funds, you're asking for money, you want money. What are you giving back? What's your offer? Huh? And this money you need, what are you going to use it for? Simple as that. Example, okay, Airbnb was asking for $500,000 for 12 months, where it can increase its transactions so that it could market and generate 2 million revenue. That was their ask. Okay, this team was asking for $1 million for 25% equity. Okay, and they want to use 25% of that money to develop their product, 55% market development, 20% human resource and administration. Okay, and these funds will be used to increase their performance. If you give them 1 million, they say they will generate 5 million out of the 1 million by 2023. So that was their ask. Okay, so ask and use simply shows you need to indicate what you need, what are you giving in return, okay, and what will this money do. Okay, simple. Impact, you can look at SDGs. We have 17 SDG goals. So you look at it based on your business. Maybe you are ensuring that there is no hunger, maybe good health, maybe climate. So you just pick the goal and explain based on your business. Maybe for him, he's saying he's promoting zero hunger because he's going to ensure 440,000 households can be able to access food by 2025. Then good health, because he's going to ensure people access nutritious food. Okay, so 13,000 households will access nutritious food. So that is his SDG. In your case, what is your SDG? All right. Okay, so this is, for example, an impact slide for Imuka. I think we are trying to target 500 businesses. We want 250 to scale up, to create 2,500 sustainable jobs, and to ensure 550 active financials are on the platform and who have made at least 5 investments by 2023. So our target is we want to solve poverty, want to ensure there's good health, gender equality, decent economic, and in each it is explaining. Okay, so in your case, what's your impact? Now on Founders Dream, investors, beyond your innovation, beyond the goodness of your business, we want to invest in a formidable, competent team. So this is the slide where you justify and show that your team is competent and capable, and we can trust that when we give you money, will not disappear. Some people, but when they put their faces, you can even mistrust and say, these people, when we give money, they may disappear to Egypt or wherever. Okay, so here you want to justify that the team has the experience, the expertise, and the competence. Okay, so for example, this team, they say, you know what, we have previously been involved in this project, so we are very competent. And the core team, I'm founder CEO, there's a COO, and there's a CTO. Okay, so bottom line, that is how you present your slides. Questions?